You're probably thinking, what the f is up with the music? You see, heavy metal is pretty much all we listen to in Finland. Guess what else is super common in Finland? Butter, cream, potatoes, carrots, dill, and salmon. Hell, even water is common in Finland. Did you guys know over 10% of Finland was covered with lakes? And today we're going to make soup by using the most common ingredients in Finland. I mean we, as in Adrian. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Hangry Bunch. You're watching the first episode of the Finnish food special. You're with Eva and Adrian here today, and I'm gonna tell you guys how Adrian made the lohikeitto. Salmon soup is a real staple in Finnish cuisine, and we typically eat it either as an entree or a main course, along with rye bread. It's really creamy and satisfying and makes a perfect winter dish. But I could seriously eat it every day. You need to have a Finnish stomach for it though. If Adrian ate this every day for a week, he'd be spending another week in the bathroom. Let's not talk about that though. There are no fancy spices here, but the savory richness of the soup more than makes up for it. My good friend Lisa, who is also my brother's girlfriend, gave us this recipe a couple of years ago. She's an amazing cook. You guys should visit her restaurant when you go to Finland. The difficulty of lohikeitto is easy. No fancy skill, nor a high level of concentration required. You, my friend, just chuck the stuff in the pot in the right order. Your meal will be ready in half an hour. Let's get started. There is some prep work to be done before we wash our ingredients. First, let's cut off the leaf part of the leek, then cut the stalk in half but leave the bottom attached. This will help you remove dirt between layers. The next prep work is taking the salmon skin off. If you're not familiar with how to skin a fish, we are going to make a tutorial for you, so stay tuned for that. Or you can just buy a skin-off product. Once you're ready, let's wash our ingredients. Take your time with the leek. Try and remove the remaining dirt within the layer. It's not difficult. You just need to do it a bit more thoroughly. Potatoes, carrots, no special skill is required. With the salmon, we want to make sure to remove the thin, clear, slimy layer on the meat. It's important because that's where the fishy smell comes from. Oh, that's Loki, by the way. He's a 10-month-old curious kitty, and he likes to sniff things. Put a pot next to the chopping board so the ingredients can go straight in after they are cut. And also, we kept a small rubbish bin right under the island. You don't have to do exactly what we did, but try to find your own way. Are you ready to continue? Let's move on. Please be careful with the peeler, guys. It's easy to forget how sharp it is, but it is. Try and keep your fingers away from you while you're peeling. Peeler is one of those tools where you want to get a really good one for both efficiency and safety. It's not that expensive either. Spend maybe $10 more to buy a decent one. It will make your cooking life more enjoyable. Cut the potatoes and carrots to medium-sized dice. Make sure they are bigger than at least your thumb size. Anything smaller than that will easily break apart and make the soup like some kind of potato starch porridge. Unless you like the porridge type of very thick soup. The very first lohikeitto that Adrian made for me had very finely diced vegetables. He said the recipe was found on Google, so it's up to your personal preference. You don't have to worry about cutting the ingredients into an even size or nice shape. I wouldn't. It's comfort food, guys. Cooking should be stress-free as well. We cut the leek in half earlier and now slice it thicker than potatoes and carrots. It's really easy to overcook them and they melt away like magic. Once you're done, push them aside and chop the dill, stalks and all. They perfectly balance with creamy food. Lastly, let's slice the salmon into similar sized pieces as the potatoes. We're going to simmer our salmon with the remaining heat of the soup. So please make sure that the pieces aren't too big, so it cooks all the way. Let's remove unnecessary starch on the vegetables by rinsing them. This helps to reduce the floating matters when you boil them. Those floating matters are the starch or protein curd, so technically they aren't unhealthy, but remove it if you want, because I believe the appearance of a dish is as important as the taste. The hard part is over. Now put some bay leaves in and fill about 1 tablespoon of black peppercorn. Then let's bring it up to boil with high heat. If you go to any Finnish house, I can guarantee there will be potatoes and vodka waiting for you. After enough vodka, you might find yourself having a sauna competition as well. Oh, don't forget to stir the soup from time to time. When the potatoes and the carrots are cooked about 90%, put the leek in the soup and boil for another 2 minutes. You can tell when it's 90% by the transparency of the potato. Or you can give it an old classic poking. Once the leeks have softened enough, turn off the heat and let's put some butter in the soup. Start with 2 tablespoons first and then add some more if you want to. Stir your salmon into the soup, close the lid and wait for a minute or 2. Like I mentioned before, we're cooking the salmon only with the remaining heat in the soup, so it's tender and juicy. If you boil the fish, the meat becomes tough and dry, so we recommend you don't turn the heat back on, no matter how awkward you may feel about this concept of cooking. This cooking method may feel very new to you as well, so you might think the salmon would undercook, but trust me, that will not happen. Okay, that was long enough. From here guys, we need to be very gentle when we stir the rest of the ingredients in, because the salmon will break apart otherwise. As we put the salmon in earlier, the soup has cooled down enough for the cream to be mixed in with the butter. Again, if we had boiled the salmon, the temperature would still have been too high. The cream would have been separated from the soup, and we would end up with a total mess. But I'm sure you guys have been doing great, so I have no doubt about your result. Finally, we're going to finish it off with the dills, and this is the time to season the soup as well. It's safe to season the soup at the end because it gets saltier as the water vaporizes. Basically, you won't know if the soup will be salty or bland enough for you before the water is gone. Once you're happy with the seasoning, close the lid so it stays warm while we prepare the table. Haha, I can see the camera. What an amateur. The soup is usually served with a slice of rye bread. My husband always says he feels like kimchi after the soup. Maybe the butter is too much for him. He's such a Korean. It was pretty easy, wasn't it? I don't usually use the word easy, especially when it comes to cooking, but even I was able to make this soup by myself with a little bit of instruction from Adrian over the phone.
It's good enough.
Really authentic. Takes me back to Finland. This is a soup that is as easy and common as kimchi soup in Korea. That's right, this soup is so good that it even makes me go to the kitchen and cook. So I hope you guys try this at home as well. Thank you for watching guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the recipe. If you have a cool recipe and you'd love to share with us to feature on the website, please let us know and we will credit your creation. Please like and subscribe to our channel. Enjoy the weekend and see you guys when we're hungry again. Bye!